These routines quietly saved my life and I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize how amazing my life got until I consistently stuck to something and consistently made it a point to do something every single day of my life around the same time, the same vibe, and it actually changed my life. So hopefully this helps one of you guys. I'm Brie. I talk about all things advice, wellness. I just really want to help people. And personally, I literally have spent years doing so many different routines. It's actually ridiculous. Like, I have done 75 hard, I've done 75 soft, I've done so many different things because I never knew what really stuck for me and what really worked for me. And I think that's like a huge thing a lot of people don't consider and don't really put a lot of time and energy into, because there's so many different things that you could try. Even like for certain things like weight loss and stuff, like I know my parents have tried like keto and stuff, and it's like, who's gonna stick to keto the rest of their life? No one. Who's gonna stick to like 75 hard the rest of their life? No one's gonna do that forever. No one. Having a solid routine also reminds me of like Chloe Ting and stuff, like in 2020, where everyone would consistently do like some like sort of workout thing, and it was just like so difficult for no reason. So difficult for no reason. I feel like the main thing about routines is that it needs to be sustainable, and you need to be able to consistently do it and consistently get in the energy and vibe of doing it. So let me say, I am definitely qualified when I say that I can talk about what routines work for me personally, and hopefully some of them work for you, because I'm not the type of person to go hard on myself, okay? I'm just not. It doesn't make me happy. It does not make me happy. So I'd much rather pour my energy into something that does, and something that is sustainable and it will actually affect my life in a positive way. So today I'm sharing all of the habits and routines that did genuinely change my life, and hopefully they'll change your life too. Okay, first let's talk about the morning. The morning reset. Morning routines are a huge deal for a reason, okay? There's a reason there's 10 million videos on what my morning routine is, why I do this, why I do that, why I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, why I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. There is a reason. Because genuinely the start of your day, that sets the tone for everything else in your day. It's a lot easier to wake up in the morning and start fresh and start anew than halfway through the day be like, okay, let's like get my shit together. Personally, I don't think you need to have a crazy morning routine to set yourself up for success. Like my number one goal in the morning is to align my energy, put my mind in a state where I'm going to work towards my goals and work towards becoming the person I want to be, instead of focusing on super strict things like waking up at 5 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m., going for a 10K run, you know, whatever. Like that really isn't important to me. What's important and really helps me personally is having a very slow morning. I need a slow morning. You probably need a slow morning. A lot of people do. A lot of people have super quick mornings. They get up and go to their job or work or school, whatever. What really helps me and what sets the tone for my day is if I wake up like 2 hours ahead of time and genuinely give myself time to process and time to really like just get into my mind and my own space before I go out and do whatever I need to do. That helps me 10 million times more than rolling out of bed and going to my job or going to school and doing whatever, because then I already feel like crap. I already feel bad. I already feel like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't get ready, I look like a mess. And guess what? You feel like a mess for the rest of the day, and you are going to be 10 million times less likely to do stuff that actually aligns energetically for you and aligns to what you want to eventually do in your life. So I think getting up in the morning and literally having just time for yourself in the morning is huge. I truly do love sleeping in. I love sleeping in. And you know, if I don't have a place to be, I will be sleeping in. I will be sleeping in. However, I think there's also a balance being like, okay, I will sleep in, but also once I get up, I'm going to do A, X, Y, and Z. But you know, if I do have a place to be, I'm going to get up earlier just so I can have mental time to be the best version of myself and who I want to be for the rest of the day. Now, one thing I do in the morning that I think is so important is I wake up. The second I wake up, I will say I love my life. I love my life. Because why would I not immediately start with that mindset? Because I personally have been in points in my life where it's like, I wake up and I don't think that. I wake up and I don't feel that way. I wake up and I feel the opposite. But guess what? You only have one life. I do love my life. My life is amazing. And no matter what my mindset is, there are always so many things to be grateful for in my life. So I should feel that way every single morning. And I want to feel that way every single morning. And I want to feel that way about my life. So I make it an intention happen to immediately, no matter what, say I love my life the moment I wake up. Those are the first words out of my mouth. The one habit that has literally changed my life, especially in the morning, is journaling. I literally love journaling. I started journaling when I think it was March 2025. So literally this year I started journaling. I actually originally got into journaling because my acting coach made it a homework assignment that we had to do. So I put some time and energy into it, and we started each like prompt every single day with "today is a beautiful day," and we ended with "and so it is." And it wasn't really a journaling thing for your day and just like writing out everything that happened, but it was more so for prepping your mind and prepping how you wanted things to go, how you wanted to feel, how you wanted to take aligned action. Now, for me personally, journaling has definitely gotten more like personal the further I like moved along in doing it. I was like, actually, like I started just writing like how my emotions and what I was feeling, and that is fine, but I think there's also a lot of benefits in journaling to expect the day to be amazing, expect what you want from the day. Like I would be like, today's a beautiful day, I'm excited to do A, X, Y, and Z, it's going to be amazing, I'm going to get A on my test, and so it is. And you know, that is a great thing to do, to put your mindset in the frame that you want, in the frame that is actually really beneficial for you. However, personally, I definitely did start being like, oh, today's a beautiful day, here's what happened yesterday, here's how I feel, which is fine, but I also think it's really beneficial to just figure out what works for you. You know, if I'm having a better day, I definitely will do like the frame of mind thing, but sometimes, you know, I'm emotionally overwhelmed sometimes. What can I say? I'm just a girl. So I will just write my feelings, and it's just nice having that structure that every single day, no matter what, I'm a journal. I am going to journal. I'm a journal, okay? It's also really nice to write out your thoughts and exactly what you're thinking and kind of processing that way. If I did not have the ability to write out my thoughts, like I don't know how I would process everything, because I'm not the type of person to blab for 10 hours about how I feel to people. I mean, sometimes I will. Do not get me wrong, sometimes I will, but a lot of the times I do internal processing. I know a lot of people do too, and I need that journal. Like, I need it. I need it for that support, okay? So if you feel like you internalize a lot of things, I definitely would start journaling. Like, please start journaling. And it's also really cool to like look back and see what your mindset was for certain things. I've only been doing it for like 9 months now, but it's actually sick. I love it. I love that I get to look back and see what I was thinking, what I was doing. It's cool. It's really cool. So that's how I start. So one page of the journal will be today's a beautiful day, and then like write kind of what you want for the day and your mindset going into the day, or like what happened yesterday is guilty as charged, and so it is. And then on the other side, I do intentions and gratitude. Gratitude, guys. This is our morning. We are going to set off being grateful. Be grateful for the day. Not everyone wakes up every single day. You do. You have a chance to start anew. Be grateful for it. I promise you there is one thing you can find to be grateful for. I did like 3 things I'm grateful for every single morning, but now I typically only do one like big thing that I'm grateful for, and I love it. It just helps put you in this state of mind of gratitude, and when you're in the state of mind of gratitude, you attract everything you want because it's awesome, and it makes you feel just so much more alive and grateful for every second of your life. Now, under my intentions, usually I like do things that I need to get done throughout the day. It'll be like, oh, I have class, oh, I have a homework assignment, oh, I have to go on a walk, oh, I want to drink water, you know, whatever, like easy things. Starts my day like being focused on what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Another thing that I also like doing in the morning is moving in like some sort of way. Like, I've never been like the biggest yoga person. I do like yoga, don't get me wrong, but I do like to just like stretch and stuff in the morning just to like get your body moving, because you really need to activate your body before you go into the rest of the day and go into feeling like your best self. Now, after you do all your journaling and stuff and you kind of set your mindset straight, a huge thing I do is listen to music. I love music. I literally love music. Girl, we're not gonna put on Phoebe Bridgers at 8 in the morning. You know, a lot of the times it's like, I've seen videos being like, oh, why was I so depressed? Like, babe, you woke up every single morning and you listen to Phoebe Bridges. Like, what do you mean? Like, why do you think you were so depressed? Like, that's not the way to start off your day. That is not the routine you want to get yourself into. No, absolutely not. We're not doing it. I don't need to be listening to her sad ass music at 8 in the morning. No. I love listening to sad music, to be honest. So you need to restrain yourself sometimes and be careful about what you're listening to, because that really does affect your mind and affect exactly what you're thinking and how you're feeling. So in the morning, usually I do reserve that time to listen to worship music. I love listening to worship music in the morning. It just reminds me how grateful I am for my life, and I feel like God just comes into my life a lot more, and it will put me in a better frame of mind. That is what works for me personally. For you, it could be something else. But I listen to pop music for the most part, like outside of that. So that morning time I do try to reserve for God, because He's the one who's putting my mind right, not anyone else. But ultimately, mornings are so freaking important. So please, please, please have a quiet morning. Have time to set yourself up for success for the rest of your day and to feel like your best version of yourself. Or you are just gonna go throughout the day feeling like a slug. Like that, morning routines I feel like are the most important thing out of actually everything, because they just set the tone. Quiet, slow mornings help you gain clarity on what you want, help you set intentions, help you figure out exactly what you want to focus on before you get into any of the chaotic mess. Because if you don't know yourself and you don't know what you want to focus on, you are just going to go out in the world and absorb everyone else's thoughts and everything that they think you can do instead of what you actually think you can do. So give yourself that time. It's very, very, very important. So the next routine is mindful productivity. Everyone likes feeling productive. Everyone likes getting stuff done. Everyone doesn't always feel motivated to do such a thing, aka me. Sometimes I don't want to do such a thing. Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed and start working on A, X, Y, and Z. I know I need to get this done. I know I want to get this done, but I just don't feel any motivation to do it. Or I procrastinate. Guilty as charged, okay? Procrastination is one thing that is huge for me, is actually huge for me, and something that I've worked on so much. This section and getting in a routine of mindful productivity changed how I looked at procrastinating on stuff, because procrastinating on stuff genuinely just stresses me out to such an extent that my life's just not fun. My life's not fun until it's over. Always putting it off to the very last minute. Some people like that pressure. Some people like working under that pressure. I just happen to do it and I don't like it. So it's something that I've actively had to change about myself and actively had to get into the routine of being productive and not stressing myself out like that anymore. Now, I'm also the type of person I feel like I get overwhelmed incredibly easily. Someone's like, here's a list of everything you have to do. I'm just going to get so stressed out looking at the list that I just don't do it. And that kind of leans into the procrastination thing. But getting into a routine where you're mindfully just doing a couple things every single day has helped me so much. Has literally saved my life. Not even quietly saved my life, genuinely saved my life, because I get so much more stuff done and I'm so much less stressed out than I used to be. High school, I literally procrastinated everything possible. If there was an assignment I had to do, I was not doing it. I was not doing it until literally the 12th hour. Yeah, that was bad. But I'm not like that anymore because of this. Now, if you know that you have a big task that you need to do or a big goal that you have to reach, plan 3 things that you are going to do that day. I don't do more than 3. Because like I said earlier, I get stressed out easily. The second I start adding more and more and more, I'm not gonna do it. So I limit myself to 3 because I know I can focus on each of those and not get overwhelmed. So those 3 big priorities, maybe writing a paper. If you have other stuff, that's fine. However, it's secondary. For that day, you are going to focus on those 3 things alone. Those are the top priorities. I also use the timer method where I work for 20 minutes and then 5-minute break and then 20 minutes and then 5-minute break, because I cannot focus that long. I can't focus that long. You probably can't focus that long. Gen Z and me, TikTok. Bro, TikTok has annihilated my attention span, personally. Absolutely annihilated it. And it probably has annihilated your attention span too, because holy, I cannot pay attention that long. Sometimes doing my homework and stuff is my homework's right there and then TikTok's right there and I'm just back and forth like that. Sometimes it helps me, sometimes I abuse it a little too much. So I genuinely will get a timer out and be like, hey, 20 minutes on this, 5 minutes break. That is literally one of the only things that will motivate me and actually get me to do my work and get it done. I also feel like having breaks when you're doing long assignments or long projects is so incredibly important, because if you just push yourself to go through it the whole entire time, first of all, you are not going to get the product that you want in the best quality. You just aren't. Secondly, it's just gonna overwhelm overwhelm you mentally and be like, ugh. Like, I've had times where, you know, I procrastinate, then I do the whole assignment, and then I look back and I'm like, oh, this is junk. This is actually junk. This actually sucks. I don't really care, but like for stuff that I do care about, I'm like, oh, no, like, no, we can't do that. We need to literally give ourselves a break and give a mental reset, and then we can go back and look at it and be like, okay, yeah, I can make this better. Also, a huge thing for me in any aspect of routines or anything is it being aesthetically pleasing. Some people don't care about this. I care about this. I care about this. I will not feel motivated to do something if everything's a mess. If everything doesn't look organized, if everything doesn't look clean, I don't care as much. I simply don't care as much. It's not the vibe. I'm a big vibes person. I like a productive vibe if everything around me like matches that. So I always think it's really important to organize like wherever you're studying and also wherever you're at. Whatever you need to get done, make sure you're in the same place getting the same thing done every time. So like that's a big routine for me. I try not to do my school and my homework, things I want to get done in my bed. I try not to do that because I know I associate certain places with getting stuff done. Having a good routine of me personally, like going to the library, doing my stuff, that gets me to actually do my homework and actually do my school because the environment that you're in doing your routines matter. It genuinely does matter. So sometimes you do need to build a section of your day and dedicate that to going to the library, going to Starbucks, being super productive there, and then you can walk out and go to your bed and not really stress about it and not really care as much. Choosing environments that are going to benefit you because where you're at really does influence what your mind's thinking and what exactly you're going to do. Okay, so let's talk about self-care rituals now. Oh, I love self-care personally. I'm a huge like skincare person. I love it. I love it. I think it genuinely like excites my soul, just refreshes me in a way that I know it does for a lot of people too. And personally for me, self-care isn't always just appearance-based either. It's a lot about your energy and exactly what you're pouring your energy into. Self-care is huge, guys. Please start taking care of yourself. That's kind of like what my whole page is about. Skincare routines, hair routines. These are so important for me. I love them. I love them. They rejuvenate my soul. They aren't only for your physical appearance. They are to make you feel like you are the best version of yourself, that you are genuinely taking care of yourself and like you genuinely are putting effort into yourself. Also, having the routine of getting ready every single day is huge. It's absolutely huge. I personally love to get ready every single day because I know I'm going to put my best foot forward if I do that. If I don't, I will not feel like myself as much. I will not feel as good about myself. I will not take actions that I want to take myself as much. So I know like genuinely putting effort into my appearance every single day will make me feel more like myself and will make me feel more likely to do the things that I actually want to do. I never really used to be into like skincare and that sort of stuff till I started doing it and I realized, oh my gosh, like this genuinely does make the world of difference for me. This makes me feel like the best version of myself every single day. And it doesn't have to be this huge, overwhelming thing. It can be super simple. Skincare can actually be super simple. Like literally get a cleanser, get a moisturizer, get a sunscreen, and then boom, you have a skincare plan. And it's easy and you can do it every day and you can always try to put some effort into your appearance that will make you feel like the best version of yourself. It's something you can do that is incredibly easy to be consistent at and it makes you feel amazing. I would try it if you've never done like skincare or something, and especially like if you're a girl, if you've never done skincare, like babe, you'll love it. You will love it. Trust me. Just try it. If you're a guy, just please cleanse your face. So yes, you are physically taking care of yourself, but you're also nourishing your mind and soul to remind yourself that you are worth being taken care of and you are worth treating yourself like you're amazing. Like genuinely treat yourself how you want other people to treat you. Treat yourself like a princess, okay? Since we're talking about energy here too, I think like meditation's a huge thing. Going on walks, spending time in nature, all of these things can really help you just ground yourself. Breath work. Sometimes in the morning I will do breath work. It does kind of reset yourself and reset your mindset. Also, whenever I'm struggling with like anxiety, when I'm out and about somewhere and I get overwhelmed, breath work is a huge thing. Huge thing because it's the one thing that will ground you and make you come back to yourself and come back to your body and your senses. Literally, it's as simple as taking a deep breath in for 4 seconds, holding it for 2 seconds, and then exhaling for 6 seconds. And you suddenly feel so much better. than you did. It might not cure it, but it's the only thing that helps. Okay, so now let's talk about like winding down. Winding down from the day, winding down from the rest of the world. You've been out and about in the world. Everyone's thoughts are kind of influencing yours. You're scrolling on TikTok. You're hearing this person yap about that. You're hearing this person yap about that. It's like, okay, let's like root ourselves. Like, let's come back to ourselves after a long day of being with a bunch of people who probably don't have the same mindset as you. Now, the goal after every single day is to rest, reflect, and see what you can do differently tomorrow. That doesn't mean you need to do the whole world tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a rest day. You might be overwhelmed. Maybe that means you need a break. Maybe that means you need to like reset your life. Now, you can always journal at night too. Personally, I don't typically journal at night. Sometimes I will though. If I am overflowing with emotions and just feeling like a mess from the day, I will journal at night. I will journal at night. And typically it's not my typical journaling. It's usually like prayer journaling. So I'm like writing to God. I'm writing out my prayers because typically I don't do that unless like my emotions are through the roof. It's a great way to release your emotions. So even if you aren't religious, like writing out your thoughts at night, especially when you are overflowing with emotions, is the best way to release all that energy and get it out of your system. Now, if you do want to journal at night and you feel like you have more time to do that and you're going to be able to consistently do it easier than in the morning, reflect on the day, reflect on the lessons you learned, reflect on what you are going to do better tomorrow, and also remember to reflect on your wins. Like, I'm sure you had some good moments throughout the day, even if it feels like you had none. I promise you there's always one thing that you can find to be grateful for. Now, a lot of people do not use their phones at night, which is incredible for them. I am sadly not one of those people. I definitely do use my phone at night. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, even though I know that probably isn't best for my mental health always, but I feel like there's a balance to it. So right before I go to bed, I do try to stop after a certain point being on TikTok. Like, if I'm journaling, I know that I'm not going to pick up my phone again, and I'm going to pray, and then I'm going to go to bed. I think one of the most important things to do at night is be grateful. Be grateful at the end of the night, no matter what happened throughout the day. Either say your gratitude out loud, write it down, whatever. Talk about your thankfulness, because it really does change your mindset, and you're just so grateful to be alive for another day, and reflecting on everything you learned throughout the day, because everything's a lesson, everything's teaching you something, and it's amazing that we all get to experience this process. Typically, I do spend a good portion of my night talking to God, so like my gratitude does typically come through prayer, but you can do it in 1,000 ways. There will be something to be grateful for at some point when you start thinking about it. Personally, I don't have like the biggest night routine ever, but I do try to put myself in a good mood and happy before I go to bed, so I can start the next day being even better than what I was before. A couple things I do to like track my progress that really help me and motivate me to want to do these little things that really are easy, but sometimes you can like work it up in your head that it's not that easy, but it is. It actually is. Number one is tracking when I'm doing everything. I will track when I go to the gym, when I go on a walk. I have apps for like reaching 100K steps, like if that's one of my goals. Sometimes I think it's really good to track your progress and track everything, and it does motivate you, especially when you're consistent with it. For some people that might not work. Maybe like you'll get overwhelmed and you'll kind of become obsessive about it, because I know some people are like that. I think to begin with, it's a really good way to show consistency. Now, whatever simple routine you're building for yourself, reflect and see how you're feeling. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling like, maybe this is too much, maybe I'm putting too much on my plate and it's stressing me out more than it's helping me, change it. Change it. You do not have to stick to it. It's not 75 hard. Like, you don't have to start over when you mess up one day, okay? You can literally just tweak it where you're still hitting your goals, but you're also enjoying the process, because that's what life is. You have to enjoy the process of it all instead of just stressing yourself out for no reason, because all these things are supposed to help your mind and help your mindset shift, not stress you out for no reason. I went on such a big tangent about journaling too, because I feel like combining action and journaling, reflection, really truly does help show you how you are progressing. And also throughout this whole process, like, speaking kindly to yourself is huge. Is absolutely huge. It's probably the biggest thing out of all of this. That's why I say every single morning, like, I love my life. I need to talk life over my life, because I need that. Some people don't need that. I need that. If I'm gonna be the person I want to be, I need to speak highly over my life. And that's exactly what you need to do throughout this whole process. So if you miss something in your routine, if you miss a day of doing A, X, Y, and Z, you aren't going to sit there and yell at yourself and be like, oh my God, I'm the worst person ever. I'm never doing this again. It's like, this is not what this is. So speak highly over yourself and speak positively about your life and about yourself, and give yourself grace when you fail at something or don't stick to something in the way that you wanted to. All of these habits and little things will only transform your life when you are aware that they're transforming your life and you intentionally put action behind it and intentionally choose yourself every single day. And if you guys want to see more self-help advice videos, like, let me know, comment down below. Make sure you like the video too, because that would really help. And have the best day ever.